morning. It's Friday the 4th of January, just before midday, and here I am at Pendower Sands. You saw the video earlier of me leaving Falmouth and crossing the river on the ferry to get to St Mawes, and I went and had a good look around there, and I was quite surprised to see that the ferry was working, and but it didn't make any difference because I had to drive the van round here anyway. And from St Mawes I took a ride also to have a look at St Anthony's Head and work out a plan on which way to tackle the walk, and it was a little bit complicated. So this morning I decided to leave the van in Porthscatho and walk back to St Anthony's Head and do like a circular walk, and that seemed to be quite successful. And since then I'm walking north as far as I can towards St Austell and seeing how I'm going to get on. I've left the van in Porthscatho and I'll just take pot luck. It seems that my taking pot luck has been quite successful recently, and so I'm going to give it another shot. The weather today, it's slightly warmer, but again on the coast there is a little bit of a chill coming off the sea. Looking at in the sky, the clouds a bit thicker, which I suggest is why it's a little bit warmer. But in the very far distance you can see sunshine on the far horizon, and but I can't see that we're going to see much sunshine today. So here we go. It's just gone 2:30 and there's an echo. Can you hear the echo? It's just gone 2:30 and I'm at Nare Head, and these are the bunkers which featured greatly during the war, and also many of these were built in other parts of the country in different locations, and it's a bit spooky really. It's very solid, and there's nothing to see beyond these gates, but I can imagine life in here, and this was like an early warning system during the war, and you get a massive view from here. It's beautiful. The sun's trying to get out, actually even as late in the day as this, and it's quite amazing how the clock has that the time it stays lighter longer already, and it's noticeable. But I'm making it now to Portlow, and that's it for the day. I've had a good day. Feel a bit tired now. It was an early start this morning, and there's been nobody to speak to at all. I just spoke to a couple of people from Germany about 10 minutes ago, but their English wasn't really good enough for them to be able to speak to me. Elderly couple as well, and very, very nice too. But I think that they might have found it a little bit stressful, so I gave it a miss. In fact, they're just walking past me now. I'll point them out to you. Morning. It's Saturday the 5th of January and here I am at Port Holland. I've just had the disappointment of seeing signs for a cafe, cafe open, cafe open, cafe open, and when I get there the cafe's closed. And if ever I needed a cup of tea and something to eat, but that's life. I had to get a taxi up here, as you saw this morning. Absolutely impossible to reach it by bus. There isn't such a thing that comes here. I did put an ad on the Pasty connection, but it seemed just as obscure, even though I did get one very nice chap offering me assistance when I get into Devon, which I thought was very kind of him. And I'm 2 hours into this walk now, and I've still got about 3 hours to go to get to Mevagissey again, and I'm going to go to the pub again tonight. I met a very nice couple in there and had quite a long chat with them, and they're lovely, lovely people, and hopefully they said they're going to be there tonight, but you never know. But it was great. And I've got the van parked up on a nice big car park where it's a £5 a day, which is pretty reasonable. And tomorrow I'll be out of here heading to Mawes, if I can make it as far as that, but I haven't quite studied it yet, and the buses, etc, etc. It's a bit of a grey morning. It's definitely not cold. There's not a breath of wind. I've just seen the first two people moving actually since I set off, and they've just taken the dogs on the beach. But this is a very scenic place. It's quite a tough walk actually. There's lots of ups and downs, and I've felt a bit breathless at times, which is quite unusual for me. I didn't have anything to eat this morning. I thought I overate a little bit yesterday, and mistake really. I should have had something, and maybe that's why I'm lacking a little bit of energy this morning. But I was hoping that cafe would have been open, and that would have done the trick. But it's only, as I say, 3 hours to go. It's about another 8k, which is something like about 5 miles, something like that. It's not so bad. So here we go. It's 12:45 now, and I've got to Hemwick Beach, which is, I think, the last beach before I turn the head and head slightly north. And it's been a hard walk, this actually. It's been a very nice walk, but there's lots of ups and downs which I didn't quite expect, and I'm still lacking in energy a little bit today. Should have had something to eat this morning. It was a stupid thing to do really, but I'm getting there, and the weather's okay. It's absolutely dead still. There's no movement in the air whatsoever, and maybe I might have just overdressed. I keep getting quite hot, certainly on these steep inclines, which this is the hilliest section that I've done certainly since probably just after Land's End, and it certainly wasn't like this all the way up Lizard, and it's quite surprised me. But it's very nice. It's a good walk, and I'm doing okay. I should be back finished probably in 2 hours. That'll do the job, I think. I hope so anyway. Well, I'm just a few steps from Dodman Point now, and I'm making good progress, and I've met Sue, who actually is with her partner who's standing behind me, but he can't appear on this because he's in the military, which is fair enough. So Sue, you're doing a walk today? How far have you come?
Correct, yeah. Well, we were camped up at Gorrinhaven yesterday, so we've just travelled a few miles in the car, and we've parked up at the National Trust car park.
Yes.
Just a few miles away, so I'd say it's only about 3 miles.
Right.
And we've walked up to the cross, up to the point. We've seen the Dartmoor ponies, which are absolutely stunning.
Yes.
I think there's a young one up there as well.
Right.
You've got a great headland here, so the views are incredible.
I'm looking forward to that.
You're going to have a great time.
I mean, you get a good view from here, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
But even that sort of 20, 30 feet further up, it just improves it.
It does. You're over the worst of the climb now, so it kind of levels off, and then you've got stunning views of the bays.
Yes.
And you can really see where you're heading to.
Yes.
Around to Mevagissey eventually today.
Yes.
So good luck with that.
Well, thank you very much. And you're obviously here on holiday then? You come down here quite regularly on holiday?
Yes, we do, yes. Paul's parents live down in Cornwall, so we come down as often as we can, but we're in Gloucestershire, so we're sort of a long way from the sea there, so when we get down here it's like really a breath of fresh air, literally, so we love it,
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, this weather, it just keeps going on and on. It was quite bad. I was staying at Lizard Point over Christmas actually, and the lead up to Christmas was pretty nasty for 5 or 6 days. But since then, it's been like this.
It's got better each day, actually. It was a bit of a nip to the air, but you would expect that. We're in the beginning of January, but if you're wearing the right clobber, especially keeping the ears warm, then it's absolutely brilliant. We've got a bit of a cold, and it's getting rid of that. So it's killing off all those germs, which is what we need. Very good.
That's excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, Sue.
You too.
And thanks for letting me talk to you. And I've given you a card, so keep in touch. And
we will do.
I hope you enjoy what you see, and you'll be probably appearing on this tomorrow or the day after.
Fantastic. Well, you keep safe.
Yeah, I will indeed.
And enjoy the rest of your journey.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm not that far from Gorrinhaven, according to Darren. And Darren, he's walking up to the head now, where I've just been a few minutes ago.
At Dodman Point.
So you've got experience of long distance walking, then, Darren. Tell me about that then.
Well, when I was 17, I broke my leg on a motorcycle accident, and as part of my kind of get fit regime to recover afterwards, I decided to walk from Land's End back to the Isle of Wight. So I did that on a coastal path with nothing but 2 pages of the AA Road Atlas to guide me.
Really? So
it was pretty straightforward. You just have to keep the sea on the right hand side.
Fantastic. So how long did that take you?
Oh, I think it was about 2.5 weeks, something like that.
Well, that's not bad, is it?
But I was camping out.
Right.
So I didn't have the luxury of youth hostels or B&Bs, unfortunately.
No. I've met loads of walkers, as you can imagine, on this walk, especially on the Pembrokeshire, because it was the middle of the summer, from all over the world. It was quite amazing, really. But I'm glad that I chose to do this stretch in the winter and make the right decision about coming down here for the winter months. Because just look at it now, it's absolutely glorious, really, for January, early January.
The gorse was out. The gorse was blooming. We have such a long growing season down here in Cornwall because it's the most southerly point, of course, and the gorse comes out in December. Amazing. So that's why you can see so much of it out.
Yes. Well, it's been a real pleasure meeting you, Darren.
And
thank you very much.
I wish you the best for the rest of your trek.
Thank you.
Wherever you end up.
Thank you. Well, it's a 390 days walk. That's the number of days you need to walk. 390, an average of 12.5 miles an hour. And I don't know what your mental arithmetic's like, but that comes out to exactly 5,000. Would you believe? And I'm not halfway there yet. So I've still got, but I've done well. I'm enjoying it. It's great. I wish I'd done this years ago. I mean, I was 70 this year. So,
you don't look it.
So that was one of the reasons I wanted to do it. Something different instead of just sitting watching the box.
Oh well, it's good for your health. Have a bit of fresh air and look at the scenery too.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, my legs are fine. I mean, the hardest part of this is the logistics. The walking is the easy part. And I'm having good fun. I'm meeting some wonderful people.
Smashing. Well, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. you.